Hello, everyone. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. In this video, we're going to be playing AI Dungeon 2. AI Dungeon 2. AI Dungeon 2. But today, the short story that we create in AI Dungeon 2 is going to be placed in the public domain and published as a part of a shared superhero universe. So I hope everyone is excited for this AI Dungeon 2 stream. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, give me one moment. I want to get the live chat pulled up. That way, I'll be able to see what you guys are saying on the stream. Since we're going to be making this public domain, I think we should probably all try and make like new characters. So I'm not going to pull up the old character sheet that we used for AI Dungeon 2. Also, sorry about moving the phone down. I'm just opening links and stuff, and my phone's in front of my laptop screen. So let's see. Here we go. So Kratos said, any chance I can use Fearix? We'll need like the AI Dungeon 2 equivalent of like his character description. But yeah, we definitely could. Feel free to type up your character descriptions in the live chat. I should be able to copy and paste stuff into the remember command. Andre said hello. Yo, Andre, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Let's see. Godzilla said lizard sore. I got you. Ooh, you can now use the slash commands again in AI Dungeon 2, which is pretty cool. Volt said, yo, Volt, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Volt said, I'm here. Real quick, I'm going to be setting up a multiplayer game. So I'm going to call this one Public Domain Adventure 1. Yo, Jack Slash, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? We're going to do a custom campaign. Um, we didn't come up with a custom prompt to fit this universe ahead of time. So I'm just going to wing one real quick. You are in a world. Jack Slash said, I'm so sorry. Oh, is everything alright, Jack Slash? You are in a world where monsters, magic, and kaijus exist. The entire world is maintained by a sleeping god. If the god awakens, the world will end. The kaiju work. The kaiju are trying to awaken the god. And the sleepwalkers are trying to ensure that the god stays asleep. Monsters can grow into kaiju if they become strong enough. So I think that prompt gives a general idea of the world, establishing monsters, magic, kaijus, and God, and how like the God's dream is what the world is and everything. I think that should work. Um, oh, but I need to start adding people. I need to start adding characters. So real quick, Godzilla's username is Lizard Sore. So let me add that. And then his character name is going to be. I'm going to copy and paste that. Godzilla said Aethelak is large and has an oxodal like body with the shape of a dinosaur. Aethelak has large red spikes around his back. Aethelak is one of the allies of humanity. Also, I just realized not only will we need to copy all that into the remember command, but we're going to need to make sure to put that in the story itself later. So your character's name is going to be Aethelak. Yo, John Mason. Not John Mason. Volt. What was your username again? They need to add a friends list on here to where you can scroll through your friends and just add them to games. Volt said, I'll be playing as one of the Trassikill. What is your character's name going to be, Volt? And what's your username again in this? I know it's like a clever username, like the way it's typed out, but I don't remember the specifics. Yo, Kaylee, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions on your boy? Questions for your boy, and do you have any discussion topics like to talk about on the stream? Jack Slash said, yes, sir. I just been working on the character. Okay, ballin'. Let me know, like what your character's name is going to be. Jack Slash. Okay. Speaking of wanting to know character names, um, Volt, what is your character's name going to be? I know that you're going to be a Trassikill, but I don't know what name you're gonna have for your Trassikill. Also, AI Dungeon 2 said cannot find user with username Dead Smiles. Please check spelling and casing. Is it lowercase normally? Or is it uppercase, like the way that you had it? Because AI Dungeon 2 is complaining about it. Volt said, I'll be Ugrath. Kratos said, wait, usernames? We can now do AI Dungeon 2 online, Kratos, where people can actually take their turns on their own time. So Ugrath is going to be his name. Okay, so I got rid of the caps, and it does recognize your name, so that's cool. Let's see. Godzilla keeps typing up stuff. I haven't gotten to where I can access the remember command yet, Godzilla. Well, we'll get there. We're just not there yet. Let's see. So make sure you save all that stuff that you're writing, Godzilla. Once I get into the remember command, I can start copying and pasting stuff. Godzilla said, Volt, is your character a hero? Kratos said, oh shit. He said, I didn't know that. Kratos, he said, my username is Heart of Cards. Okay, I got you. I'll add you. Who all wants to play? And let me know, for everyone who wants to play, if you want to play locally, which is where you tell me what you do through the live chat, or if you want to play online, where you would have AI Dungeon 2 open on your end, and you would take your turns on your device. We can do both, but I just need to know what you want to do. Kratos said, I want to play online. Okay, ball on. Let's see. Godzilla and Volt also said online. Kratos, what do you want your character's name to be? Oh wait, you already said it. Can you type it again? Your character's name is kind of crazy. Kratos likes to make his names sound like Greek stuff. Here we go. Also, I appreciate everybody giving me their like character descriptions. It's just the way that the online multiplayer works. I have to like add everybody first, and then I can like go into the remember stuff like once the game has started. Let's see. Godzilla said, or with us. Um, Godzilla pronounces his character name as A the Tail-Ack. Volt said, hopefully the voice stuff works. The voice stuff doesn't work for multiplayer. It works whenever I play on my own, and it actually kind of bugs me that it doesn't work for multiplayer. So I'm going to have to read people's stuff because the voice thing, I think it's one of those things where if not everyone has the ability to do it, it can't do it. I think that's what's happening. Excuse me. But I'll turn my volume up just in case it works for some reason. So right now, the turn order... Oh, I didn't put myself in this turn order. I'm the stupid. Okay, I'm local. I'm gonna make my character's name Eject. And don't worry, we can add additional characters at any time. Godzilla said he is stupid. So right now we have Godzilla going first, followed by Volt, followed by Kratos, followed by myself. Kratos said his character's name is Phyrix. It's a combination of the word fire and Nyx. Nyx is the Greek god of the night, so it plays on like a fiery darkness theme, which are what his powers are based on. Makes sense. Godzilla said lol. Volt said, by the way, I posted the artwork for the Trassikill. It was made kind of fast, so I think it kind of reflects that. Ooh, ballin'. Godzilla said, what is the city called again? I haven't defined a name for what city we start in. I was like, you're in a world where da 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 da. Let's start up the game because we only have so much time in order to jump into this. And don't worry, we can add additional players at any time. So don't be afraid to add more players. Then Godzilla said Mistech City. Whoa, I don't want to do this campaign in Mistech City. I feel like that has a lot to do with like main continuity. Can we be in a new city? Mistech City has additional lore that I just haven't told you guys about. Let's see. Kratos said also no Thysgar. Thysgar is a city that Kratos created. So we're more or less being like, our places are off limits. Here's how the game started. I already feel like we're going to have to alter it, but I'm going to read it out loud. You are in a world where monsters, magic, and kaijus exist. The entire world is maintained by a sleeping god. If the god awakens, the world will end. The kaiju are trying to awaken the god, and the sleepwalkers are trying to ensure that the god stays asleep. Monsters can grow into kaiju if they become strong enough. The game begins with you waking up from your sleep. You look around and see nothing but darkness. It's pitch black outside, so it must be nighttime. You slowly open your eyes and find yourself lying on a hard surface, covered in dust and dirt. Let's see. Godzilla said, okay, Kaiju Haven? He said, no, that sounds weird. Then he said, Big Rock City. He said, that sounds cool. Volt said, the game begins. He said, I don't like that at all. Kratos said, I like that it's nighttime. So, I didn't get the option to alter what the game said, which is kind of gross. But I also didn't go first, which sucks. Because I get to supervise everybody's responses, but if I had gone first, I could have fixed any weird stuff that happened at the very beginning. I didn't think about that, so I kind of fucked it up. I mean, I guess, do you guys mind if we skip around to where I go first so I can fix this weird beginning blurb and then we can continue the turn order from there? Since I was at the end of the turn order, we would still kind of go in the same order. Godzilla said, sure. Kratos said, that's when Phoenix can work. And he said, I guess. He said, I want to go first, though. And then Volt said, nope, I don't mind. And then Godzilla said, or second. How about this? I skip through to get to my turn. I edit that beginning part, and then I don't take a turn. I just let Godzilla still go first, but I just edit that beginning part. That way, I think everybody wins. Godzilla said, okay. Actually, as soon as I hit skip, it was like, do you want to alter the AI's response? So that's perfect. I can immediately edit it. So I'm going to get rid of just everything the AI said. And that will allow for Godzilla to immediately jump off of something. How about I say, our story begins in a dark forest on the outskirts of a large city. Something like really simple like that, and then I'll just skip through, and now it's Godzilla's turn again. There we go. So I think that's a good starting point to where we can play off of it, and we don't have to worry about the AI immediately hitting us with weird stuff. So Godzilla, feel free to take your turn. Oh, snap. I need to put in like everybody's character description stuff. I wish you could edit the remember command immediately. That would be really nice. Also, I just realized we won't have to do remember command edits and stuff like that for the actual story because we have character guides within the books themselves. So the character guides will explain who everybody is. So that works. So right now, I'm just copying and pasting what you guys said. So hopefully nobody had any weird typos. I see that Godzilla said lasers though with a Z. I am gonna fix that. Let's see. But I'm copying what you guys said verbatim, so hopefully everything will work out. So I edited the memory context it now has Kratos' character description. Kratos had already put mine in there. What do you mean you already put yours in there? Is it in there twice now? What? This is. Let's see. So I forgot how to say Godzilla's character's name already. Um, Eighth Talak walks into the forest and explores the area. And then it says the sleepwalkers are standing near an old abandoned house. They look bored and tired. You notice a small group of humans walking towards them, but you don't know who they are yet. Let's see. Godzilla said, I am so used to lasers with a Z. Interesting. He said you pronounce his name A the Tailak. A the Tailak. Volt said everyone can use the remember command. Oh, I'm stupid. You guys can fill in your own characters. I don't even know I was stressing about it then. So I guess I want to put into the. It says you. Instead of you, it should probably say Godzilla's character name. So I'm going to say Aethelak notices a small group of humans walking towards them, but he doesn't know. Well, it's weird to say, but he doesn't know who they are. If he knew who they were, it would just say who that was. So I'm gonna change it to the sleepwalkers are standing near an old abandoned house. They look bored and tired. Aethelak notices a small group of humans walking towards the sleepwalkers as he continues to venture through the forest. There we go. And that way you still get to travel through the forest, and the AI response is still kind of canon. I just got rid of like the weird stuff in the AI response. Next up is Volt's turn. Volt, feel free to hit it up. Oh, I did say you are in a world at the beginning. When I paste it into the book, I'll probably say, well, fuck it. If I paste it into the book, I actually don't need the intro at all. The intro is just context for the AI. I could just start at our story begins in a dark forest on the outskirts of a large city. Godzilla said maybe one other character is a sleepwalker. Maybe. I mean, I do think if I had to pick between the two factions, I prefer the Sleepwalkers over the Doomsday Breakers. I didn't mention the Doomsday Breakers in the like beginning prompt. I just was like, the kaiju are trying to awaken the god. But I guess anyone who's trying to help the kaiju would classify as like a Doomsday Breaker in a way. So I think it all works out. But yeah, that is a good point. I'm curious to see everyone's alliances, I guess. So Ugrath crawls up from the ground and slowly heads toward the city. Let's see. Then the AI said, Aethelak approaches the sleepwalker's camp. He looks around for any threat or danger. Suddenly, he hears a loud noise followed by some screams. Let's see. So what I'm going to add in is as Ugrath as Ugrath approaches the city, comma, Aethelak approaches the sleepwalker's camp. That way everyone's actions are being recognized within the story. Next up is Kratos' turn. So, Volt still got to do what he wanted to do, but the AI was still able to progress what Godzilla was up to. Cowboy said, knock, knock, nigga. Yo, Cowboy, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? By the way, for that anime dub that I did that got copyright claimed, I actually won that case. So the copyright claim was dropped. So I assume that means that that anime clip was indeed public domain. I can start doing more anime dubs. Volt said the AI will slowly catch on. I've noticed it'll lose habits like those as you correct them. Yeah. I'm hype. I do think that AI will slowly catch on as we continue forward. So far, we've only taken 2 turns, but I think these 2 turns have been good. Um, I do see like small things I would edit, like things that I should have edited before, but I didn't. Like when it says the sleepwalkers are standing near an old abandoned house, I'd want to change it to a group of sleepwalkers are standing near an old abandoned house instead of the sleepwalkers. What does that mean to say the sleepwalkers? Cowboy said my Wi-Fi is slow. I'm sorry to hear that, Cowboy. It happens to us all. Excuse me. Kratos, it's your turn, Kratos. Ooh. Also, Kratos, your birthday is coming up. I think for Kratos' birthday, I may not do a poll. I may just do Kingdom Hearts 3. Just because we haven't done it in a minute, I know that Kratos is a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff. And plus, it's going to be Kratos' birthday. So I think that all works out. Speaking of Kratos, is Kratos still awake or did Kratos fall asleep? Because if he fell asleep, then we could always skip his turn. But if he's here, then Kratos, I need you to announce yourself. You gotta let us know that you are still here. Because otherwise, we would just wait forever. Speaking of, like, who's here, let's do a quick roll call. If you're currently, like, on the stream, hit up that live chat with, like, a message. And then we can see everybody who's, like, currently online. Kratos said, I'm typing. Okay, ballin'. Godzilla said here. Okay, ballin'. So we know Kratos and Godzilla are still here. And Kratos is typing, so he's currently taking his turn. Noise. Oh, what am I doing? I could literally write the story down like as we're doing it. I can just have the like document open. Let's see. Jack Slash said, so I got a name, but I'm working on his design. His name will be the Galvin. It's the name of Family Nights. Interesting. The Galvin are also a race in Ben 10, which is what I thought of when you mentioned that. Kaylee said, I'm listening to y'all's story, ballin'. Volt said, I imagine that most creatures, like the Bracos, are children of the godlike beings. Interesting. I'd be curious to like see how that goes. Like the idea of them being children of gods. In the creation myth, civilizations are described as being like the hopes of the gods, and that many different species make up those civilizations. Let's see. Fyrix. I feel like I'm going to butcher these names. Fyrix remains shrouded in shadows as he blasts dark fire from his hands. The woman screaming stops as her body lies motionless in the middle of the abandoned room. Ugrath stands there for a moment before he walks over to the unconscious woman. He examines her face and then looks down at her chest. She still has a pulse. He grabs her hand and pulls it away from her chest. That last part's kind of weird with Ugrath, but I think it's interesting the way it's trying to like guide the story. Um, I feel like Kratos was trying to kill that woman. Also, Ugrath was approaching the city last time we saw him, and also Fivrix is like in a room, so I guess I could try and make this make sense. So, Ugrath enters the dark room with Fyrix and the woman. Goodness, I still don't know how to say that character's name. And it confuses me when I look at the name, too. There's so many, like, interesting letter placements with Fyrix and the woman. Then I'll be like, Ugrath stands there for a moment before he walks over to the unconscious woman. Volt, do you think that's something your character would do? Would you care about the unconscious woman? Like, what would you do if you entered the scene? The AI is like, that's where you win. That's where you go. Are you okay with that? And if so, how would you then go around that? Kratos said, I tried to make it where I was the cause of the loud noise and screaming. Oh, I see. That's cool. Jack Slash said, I meant it's my family name and that they were knights. That's actually really cool, Jack Slash. I like the idea of you incorporating that into a character. Kratos said, and we're inside the abandoned house. Um, okay. So I'm going to say Ugrath enters the abandoned house. With Phyrex and the woman. Ugrath stands there for a moment before he walks over to the unconscious woman. Because it controls Volt's character specifically, I want to make sure that Volt is okay with his character doing that. Because I know Volt is playing as like a creature. He's kind of like a monster. And I feel like if he entered the scene and there was an unconscious woman on the floor, I'm not sure if he would like check her pulse. Volt said, I wrote them as a violent species. Okay, so if you were to enter that room, you notice that there's an unconscious woman on the floor. And you also notice that Kratos' character is in the shadows. So you may not see Kratos' character. I don't know if you have like sharp senses or whatever. Would you attack the woman if you saw her on the ground? If you're like a violent species? Because that sounds right, but it's kind of up to you what you want to do. Let's see. Godzilla said, I got a brain blast. Kaylee said she did. Kratos said, I do like the fact that Ugrath doesn't see me, which is how it should be as I'm hidden by shadows. And then Kratos said, she should be dead though, not unconscious. Volt said, I'd eat that woman or try to do some xenomorph shit. Okay. So he enters the abandoned house. He stands there for a moment before he walks over to the body of the dead woman. I'm gonna keep the part where it says he examines her face and then looks down at her chest, but then I'm going to say he forces his, because you have a projectile tentacle tongue. His projectile tentacle tongue into the woman's chest and pushes his eggs into her corpse. And then Volt said, it's kind of gross. And then Kratos said, this got not safe for work fast. Volt's playing like a Lovecraftian monster thing. I did. That's kind of the whole thing. Volt said, I'm getting hentai vibes and I don't like it. Jack Slash said, oh, that's just nasty. Volt's playing like the xenomorph frog thing that he created. Kratos said, I know, right? Oh, it's my turn now. Whoa. Fuck, I don't want to go in there. I know that. Let's see. Kaylee said, reminds me of Serena's song. Oh, Serena does have a song about doing stuff like that with Kaylee. Kratos said, I don't want them things anywhere near my Theisgar. Bolt said, I love it to be honest, in a weird way. Let's see. I'm going to walk past the abandoned house and hear strange noises coming from within. So right now I'm just going to try and be like a passerby. Ejat walks closer to the noises and see what appears to be a giant squid monster. It is covered in tentacles and also has several eyes, 2 mouths, and many other features. So I think instead of the squid monster thing, though I do think it's cool that it tried to make up your character. I do think it was really cool that it was like, okay, so what is this? And tried to describe it. We could use the description that we just already have. So I'm going to change it from a giant squid monster to a humanoid frog creature. And I need to add in those commas. Let's see. and I'll say its back is covered in red and blue stripes. Is it red and blue or red or blue? Because I have red or blue in my notes, and then I don't know what color you want your stripes to be. So I'm like, red and blue? I don't know. Its back is covered in red and blue stripes. And it looks... Well, I don't have to describe what it looks like it's doing, because the game already described that before. Bolt said red and blue is fine. Okay, ballin'. So I'll just submit that. Godzilla said an abandoned island chain with remnants of an old advanced civilization with a nearby cave known as God's Tears, which is a place where all kaiju are born. That's interesting. Like the concept of them having a birthplace. If they had a birthplace, you'd think the sleepwalkers would go there and just try and destroy it. Kratos said, I'm happy neither of y'all see me. He said, I'm happy AI Dungeon 2 got the right idea when I said I'm shrouded in darkness. Worst case scenario, we would just correct it even if it got it wrong. Ryan said, hello. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, Godzilla, it is now your turn. So far, I think we're doing a good job with the story. I'm curious if I'm going to keep the formatting, like the turn formats, where it has the caret and then the character's name and then the action that they do. I might just gnaw on that and keep the parts in between where the AI describes what happens. I think that might lead to a smoother story. That or I'd have to explain what the actions are. So it's, I might just keep all of the carets, but I'm not sure. Uh, let's see. I'm not sure if I introduced Ryan. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Godzilla said you can't destroy it because there's so many goddamn kaiju. Bolt said I'd try to weave it together. And then Bolt said, yo, Ryan, I'm playing a hentai demon. Um, Eighth Tailak, I think is the name, destroys the roof and sees what is inside. And then the AI said, it is a human child. It seems to have been killed recently. There are no signs of violence on its body. So you didn't specify that you were destroying the roof of the abandoned house. So I'm going to specifically say that you destroy the roof of the abandoned house. Aethelak destroys the roof of the abandoned house, revealing within it... Well, hold up. I'm going to say Aethelak suddenly appears and destroys the roof of the abandoned house, revealing within it Ugrath hovering over the bloodied corpse, hovering over the dead woman's bloodied corpse. Ejat looks up at Aethelak. Fuck, do I have that name? Yeah, Aethelak in horror. And then I'm gonna say, fuck, how do I spell your fucking name? How do I keep forgetting how to spell Kratos' character's name. It has so many like Y's and R's and X's in it. It may only have one R in it. Yeah, it only has one R in it. It's confusing though. Let's see, here we go. Virix is still shrouded by a magical darkness. Let's see. Destroys the roof of the abandoned house, revealing within it Ugrath hovering over the... Yeah, there we go. Submit. Okay, next up is Volt's turn. Let me scroll back down. Let's see. Kratos said, remember, Nick, the original idea was to take the AI Dungeon 2 story and flesh it out more, filling in connecting details to tie one action to the next, making smoother transitions and all that. And then he said, corpse be smoking. Jack Slash said LMAO. Then Ryan said, a normal demon? Excuse me. Oh shit. Ugrath turns around to the sound of Ejat's footsteps and steps toward him. Hey you, Ugrath says. What do you want? I was sent here to kill you, Ejat replies. And that's all it said. For one, can the creatures talk? Like, can the frog creatures talk? Or do they just croak? I imagine them having like a broken croak, like almost like a stuttering croak in my mind. Because I felt like that would be very eerie. Let's see. Volt said, I think I stated that oddly. Yes, but we understood what you meant, and we can always like edit it. Volt said, I feel like they croak. Okay. So I'm gonna say Ugrath stares into Ejat's eyes and emits a stuttering, ominous croak. And then the part where it said, I was sent here to kill you, I'm gonna say, I was sent here to kill you, but I'm not sure if I can. Especially not with that giant monster right there. And then I'm going to point. Ejat points up at... Fuck, how do I spell your name? Why do you guys have these crazy ass names? Godzilla, what the fuck is your name? What is that? I gotta like go back up and like find it. Where is it? Where do you type his name up? Here it is. The hard names make it a lot more difficult. In the hopes of drawing Ugrath's attention away from him. Okay, here we go. Now let me scroll back down. Where are we at? Okay, Godzilla said ribbit, but it's more hellish and mad-like. Ribbit, reobit, re-boit. And then he said possibly. Just something I was thinking. Godzilla said, ain't my character. I was thinking it'd be slow. Like, I can't really do it. It would be kind of like the thing that was in The Ring. I'm not sure if I can actually do, because I don't know how to croak. And then I'm trying to do a slow, stuttery croak. And it's like, well, that's doing a whole bunch of stuff you don't know how to do at once. Let's see. Volt said, I think I know why Godzilla likes playing monsters. Hey, I'm glad you vibe. Godzilla said, do whatever the hell you want with it. Cowboy said, Nick, my Wi-Fi is so slow. I hope your Wi-Fi improves, my guy. Godzilla said, Aethatalic. Volt said, I always go simple with names. I appreciate it. Cowboy said, but can I join? Yeah, you can join. I can add you. What would you like your character's name to be? Godzilla said, I don't know, man. I got it from Fantasy Name Generator. He said, I'm not being a big monster and be named Joel. What a very specific name, my guy. What would you like your character to be named, Cowboy? Also, we're trying to make the story something that we're going to publish into like a shared public domain universe. So do you mind your character being public domain to where anybody can use your character? If not, then you may not want to play, or you'd maybe want to play with a character that you would be fine with having in the public domain. Ryan said, Big Joel isn't a monster. He seems like a nice guy. Godzilla said, that is what I'm getting at. Furix creates several tendrils of darkness from the surrounding shadows. All of the tendrils reach out, attempting to capture and bind Ugrath. Two of the tendrils attempt to kill Ugrath. Ugrath quickly moves his tentacles and grabs two of the tendrils with ease. I'm going to say instead of tentacles, because Ugrath has arms, moves his arms and grabs the two tendrils with ease. Or maybe Ugrath quickly shoots out his projectile tentacle tongue, because he does have tentacles in his mouth. his projectile tentacle tongue and grabs the two tendrils with ease. He pulls them off of himself and throws them aside. He then uses his tentacle tongue to grab both of the remaining tendrils, which have now grown larger than a man, and hold on to him tightly. Oh, wait, and hold on to them tightly. Holy shit. So there were 4 tendrils in all, because the AI started doing some math. It was like, and it then grabs the remaining 2 tendrils. I like the idea of Ugrath like fighting back and being able to react to like the darkness tendrils. This actually seems like it's getting kind of amped, not gonna lie. Let's see, Volt said Joel is a great monster name. Godzilla said, God damn, Joel destroyed the city again. Cowboy said, Mr. Obama is a black man who has a big dick, and that's his weapon, and he'll fuck you up. Cowboy, can we not though? Can we not though, Cowboy? Please. We're trying to make this work in the extended universe. Obama and his power is he has a big dick. Godzilla said, oh no, it's Joel. And then Godzilla said, okay. Then Kaylee said, Joel-a-lack. Godzilla said, if we're adding Mr. Obama, this is an alternate universe. Volt said, oof, you got the dangerous boy. Then Volt said, ban it. And then he said, lol, JK. Kratos said, me attempts. Let's see. I will say, I would probably prefer if we didn't have a Mr. Obama character. It's fine for you to play, but we should probably take it a little bit more seriously since we are trying to publish it. You know what I mean? It is currently my turn. So I'm going to draw my sword and charge at Ugrath while he is being held in place by Phyrix. Okay, so I'm gonna try and go for the kill. Kratos said, AI Dungeon 2, you fail immediately. Kaylee said, Obama ain't public domain. His dick might be, though. Cowboy said, Mr. Obama has a cum shot move. I'm not going with the Obama. If it was like any other game at AI Dungeon 2, it wouldn't matter. But I feel like for this one, I don't think it'd be okay. Cowboy said, okay. So Ugrath swings his weapon and slices through the side of Ejat's neck. What the fuck? You had a weapon? His body falls to the floor, as does his sword. Phyrix attempts to pull him back up, but he's too heavy, and he collapses forward again. Phyrix attempts to pull Ejat back up, I guess, but I'm too heavy? Am I a fat nigga? What happened? I'm too heavy, Phyrix. You can't pick me up. What the fuck was your weapon? Let's see. I'm gonna say Ugrath quickly draws a concealed weapon. Draws a concealed weapon. Then I'm gonna say Ugrath swings his weapon and slices through the side of my neck. What the fuck? This is crazy. Volt said, I'm gonna see what calling to my egg babies inside the dead body will do. Cowboy said he wants his name to be Adam. Okay. And tell us about Adam. Well, actually, you can reveal stuff about Adam as the game goes. Kratos said, that escalated quickly. Volt said, let's revert or retry. Well, we can alter. We can alter, it's fine. Like, we don't really have to retry. Because this so far seems pretty good. Let's say Ugrath, instead of swinging his weapon, let's see. I'm gonna say Ugrath fires his projectile tentacle tongue at Ejat. His tongue slices through the side of Ejat's neck, and then I need to change the his to Ejat's body falls to the floor, as does his sword. Phyrix attempts to pull Ejat back up, but he's too heavy, and he collapses forward again. Okay. His tongue being a blade makes him a pretty serious enemy. I've already been downed. Next up is Godzilla. It's Godzilla's turn. Also, this one is like the darkest one so far. Cowboy said Adam is a normal guy with all the powers, money, and goons he wants. Now he just wants to end the world because he's in a deep depression. Oh no. That fits the story though, wanting to end the world. That's totally fine. I hope he doesn't end the world. This is like the first like big collaborative story with multiple writers, and he's like, "But it's over now." He's like, "I got it. Adam's here. I'll add you to the turn order right after I edit this AI response." So Aethelak creates a force field to protect Ejat, Ugrath, and himself from Phyrix. Oh no. Firax, Phyrix? Fuck, how do you say his name? Phyrix releases his grip on Eject and runs forward to help Ugrath. He grabs the back of Ugrath's neck and he starts pulling him forward. So I would change this to say the force field forces Phyrix to release his grip on Ejat. And then I'll get rid of all the other stuff. Because it makes sense for him to release his grip, but it doesn't make sense for him to then charge toward the force field. The force field forces Phyrix to release his grip on Ejat. Okay. Let's see. So let me add Adam to the turn order. So I'll do that now. Local Adam. Also, Cowboy, would you like to be credited in the book? And if so, would you like to be credited as Cowboy? Also, it's Volt's turn. Volt said, I mean, the point of monsters I make is to make them hard to take down. That's fair. I think it's cool. I feel like the stakes are high right now. Let's see. Kratos said, I don't mind that. Godzilla said it said nothing about the force field. I edited in the force field. The force field forces Ferrix to release his grip on Ejat. Oh, I accidentally said to releases. Dang it. This is going to be a lot of editing, but it's fine. Godzilla said, never mind, I'm just stupid. You're fine, dude. Kratos said, the protecting from me, I mean. Oh, he's like, I don't mind that. Let's see. Kratos said, Nick, you fat ass. He tries to lift me up too heavy. Let's see. Kratos said, I have a really cool idea for my turn. Ooh, nice. Let's see your idea after Volt takes his turn. Godzilla said, I'm just watching over, trying to make it so people don't die. And then he said, but people did die. He said, and they're little monster babies. True, someone has already died. I forgot that Godzilla's character is a good guy. Uthgrap leaps toward the nearest of the men and attempts to attack. He fails to hit anything due to their armor. They manage to dodge his attacks and strike them with their own weapons. One of the men stabs him in the stomach, causing him to fall backwards. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, so I'm gonna change the he to Ugrath fails to hit Ejat due to his armor. Ejat manages to dodge Ugrath's attacks by rolling. Well, nah, I'm just gonna say manages to dodge Ejat's attacks. Ugrath's attacks. With a well-timed roll. I will say the roll thing. With a well-timed roll. Let's see. And then I'll say Ejat quickly picks up his sword and strikes Ugrath. Well, I guess it would be stabs Ugrath. in the stomach, causing him to fall backwards. Thank you, AI. AI be like, less L's. Less L's for Jet. Let's see. Godzilla said, "You forgot I am a good guy?" And then he said, "Okay." Well, I was remembering that kaijus are like the universal bad guy, but you're like the exception to the rule. Volt said, "I'm gonna need to call out to my eggs in that dead body and see what that does. It might give me some weird ass ability. It might." Godzilla said, "I'm just being a spectator, lol." Um, it seems like we both have some pretty serious wounds, Ugrath and I. Also, I'm a guy with armor and a sword, but I just kind of entered as Jet, which is not a character that already exists. I've made hella characters and I didn't just play as someone who already existed. So I'll probably have to create Jet as a character. Jack Slash said, "So I did his design, so it's okay if I give the link." Oh, Jack Slash. Kratos, do you know the email off the top of your head for our multiverse? Because if Kratos posts the multiverse email in the live chat, you could email us like the design and the description. And that way we could incorporate it into the book that way. Godzilla said, "Remember, there is a force field." That is true. Ryan said Obama is a war criminal. Then Kratos posted the email in the live chat. So Jack Slash, if you send your design and description to that email, we'll be able to include it in the book. Firix uses his metal heating abilities to quickly heat up Ejat's sword. Ooh, that's a cool ass idea. The sword is bite I now glowing red hot. We can fix that later. We can fix that in post. Um, I imagine you meant to say the sword is bright, now glowing red hot. Firix summons a tendril of darkness, which picked up the glowing sword and swings the sword at Ugrath, aiming for Ugrath's head. Okay, so I guess when I edit it, I'll be like, he summons a tendril of darkness from within the force field. Let's see. Volt said, "Godzilla, just watching the soldier dude and a giant frog creature duke it out like old enemies." Kratos said, "Revert, revert, 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 revert." He said, "Fuck that." Wait, what happens? What happens? I didn't read what happens. Jack Slash said, "Can you guys give me the email again?" I'm sorry, no problem. Kratos, could you send the email again in the live chat? Ugrath blocks the blow easily and smashes his fist against the tendril of darkness, sending it flying back. Firix tries to get up, but he's no match for Ugrath, who kicks him hard in the groin. You can get hit in the nuts, Kratos. There's nothing wrong with getting hit in the... Well, you can't, because there's a force field. So, don't worry, you don't get hit in the nuts. There's a force field. Volt said Ugrath a dick. Ugrath going for that dick. Let's see. Ugrath blocks the blow easily and smashes his fist against the tendril of darkness, sending it... What if it sends it flying... Sending it through the force field. Oh, wait. He smashes his fist against the tendril of darkness, propelling it into the force field. The force field shatters, releasing a powerful shockwave that knocks Firix, I don't know how to say your character's name, dude. It always gets me. To the ground. Firix tries to get up, but he's no match for Ugrath, who kicks him hard in the groin. It makes sense. It's like consistent. Kratos said, "I also want to revert to fix that typo." But I can fix that in post, Kratos. Like, I actually kind of like the concept of what happened. Because it just kind of works. Kratos said, "I do feel like the heated sword should still have damaged them, though." That's fair. I'll add that it burns him. Ugrath blocks the blow. Well, how about this? Ugrath's arms are singed by Phrix's attack. Well, hold up. Arms are singed due to blocking the burning blade. Ugrath's arms are singed due to block. The phrasing is so weird. Ugrath's arms are now singed. Fuck, I want to put it in the part where he blocks, but when he blocked, it was like one smooth motion. So I'm trying to like. Ugrath blocks the blow easily, comma, but burns his arms in the process. There we go. But burns his arms in the process and smashes his fist against the tendril dart. There we go. I think it works now. It took a little bit of editing, but we got it, and I'm still gonna have to edit a ton of shit later, but it'll be fine. Let's see, Godzilla said, I think that 8th Tailak is gonna try to make Ugrath a good guy because they're both monsters and because yes. Hey, Beth would probably like that. Beth's a big fan of redemption arcs. Kratos said, I like what happened from a story point, but bias from my character hates it. I understand that. Bolt said, I really want to call out my bloody babies. Right now it's my turn, so I'm going to try to not get dicked. Kratos was trying to help, but he also took my fucking sword. And my sword probably got knocked out of the force field too. I noticed my armor wasn't penetrated by Ugrath's attack earlier. So maybe my armor is strong. Okay. So thinks for a moment and notices that Ugrath was unable to penetrate my armor. And then I'm going to say notices that Ugrath appears to be vulnerable to fire. And then I'm going to say, how the fuck am I gonna try and light a fire in this bitch? Wait a minute. If he's vulnerable to fire, we're in an abandoned house and a burning sword is likely on the ground. Is the house gonna catch on fire? If the house catches on fire, what if I try to get the fuck out? The force field's been broken. I could actually try to leave. Realizes that the force field is down and quickly backs away from Ugrath. A lot of it was just my character trying to think through the situation. Let's see. Kratos said, I improved your sword. Then Ryan said, your ass. Volt said, Kratos took his fucking sword. Damn it. Ryan said, was penetrated. Cowboy said, hi. Don't worry, Cowboy. Your turn is more than likely next. Godzilla said, we need an edgy species for edgy people. Ryan said, with consent. Then Godzilla said, wait, no. Ryan said, by your loved ones. Then Kratos said, no. Bolt said, being vulnerable to fire does make sense. He's a moist frog boy. Kratos said, yeah, the house is definitely going to burn down soon. Godzilla said, 8th Talak's brain is like, these small ones are fighting. I'm going to save them. So let's see. So the game said he hears the sounds of battle below him and realizes that he's surrounded by an army of kaiju. He runs towards the sound of battle, only to find himself face to face with a massive sea monster. What the fuck is happening? What do you mean the sounds of battle below him? What the fuck? Let's see. Volt said, I'll come up with an edgy species for edgy people. Then Godzilla said, yo. And then he said, oh god. And then Godzilla said, what the fuck? I can make this work, I guess. Ejet escapes from the house and begins to run into the woods. He hears the sounds of battle coming from below the Earth's surface. He looks around him He looks around. Well, hold up. He wanders into a nearby cave and discovers that and is startled by the discovery that he is surrounded by kaiju. Because I'm trying to make all this shit make sense. That he is surrounded by kaiju. Let's see. He quickly turns around and races out of the cave to a nearby lake when he suddenly comes face to face with a giant sea monster. Okay. So all that shit still happened, but it makes a little bit more sense. Kratos said, "What the fuck is happening?" And he said, "That killed me." Cowboy said, "My god is died." Godzilla said, "This is a lore that nobody has heard about except for us and Nick's friends." Volt said, "I posted the art for what the Tressakill looks like. It's trash, by the way." I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to put it in this volume. Kratos said, "Can we get through one more round before going to bed?" Oh, it's 12:02. I already have to copy and edit all of this stuff. So I'm going to end the stream for now. I'm going to copy and edit all this stuff, and then I'm going to write like a to be continued line, and then I'm going to go to bed. Kratos, I've already shared volume 3 with you on Google Docs, so you can actually look at volume 3, and if you want, you can help with editing and stuff like that if you're down. Kratos said, "Nah, don't do that. No, it's too late. It's too late, it's time." And then Kratos said, "Okay, cool." And then Kratos said, "Happily." I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. The show is your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only, logging out. Peace. Chicken guy. Jack Slash said, "Next time, the Galvin." Ooh, that'll be cool. And then Volt said, "Nightman." And then Godzilla said, "Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Chicken guy."